Greetings, everyone. This is Desiree
and Morgan,
and we're coming to you from the Ariel Foundation Teen Makerspace at the Public Library of Mount Vernon in Knox County. Today, we're going to celebrate getting out of 2020 by filling up a time capsule of things that remind us for the good or the bad of 2020, because this is a huge year in our timeline and we need to remember some things about it. So we decided to give you guys a coffee can, and it looks like it would be water resistant because it was a coffee can. So it seals pretty tight.
Airtight.
But if you want to bury this, you would probably, what I would suggest is wrapping it in duct tape and then possibly putting it in a Ziploc bag and then wrapping that in duct tape and then burying that. I think that would probably be the best bet.
Me too.
So we just wanted to share a few things that we wanted to put in ours and have like a little show and tell and recap the year with you guys.
Yes.
So Morgan, what's some things that you put in yours?
Well, I think one of the biggest things for me this year, staying busy and like keeping myself occupied during these trying times, was playing Animal Crossing. So like I bought it for the New Horizons and I've played probably 500 plus hours in that game.
Yeah.
If not more. I don't know. I don't look because I don't want to know.
I got it for my birthday. And the last time I looked I had 575 hours.
Okay. So yeah.
So it was basically my job when we were off.
Mine too. You have to build an entire community.
It's a whole world.
Yeah. So I picked just a character card that I thought was really funny. Their name is Bubbles.
Some of the characters are quite interesting.
Yeah, so I thought this one was really funny and it made me giggle when I saw it. So I'm putting this one in our time capsules.
Okay.
So what about you?
Well, you can grab yours too, but what would this year be like without these?
What would it be?
I mean, how many?
Probably a normal year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, would it be a normal year? Like, would it be if we didn't have these this year?
It would be extra, not normal.
Like extra death.
Yes, extra death. For sure.
So yeah, we're going to throw those in
there.
These are
important. Keep these. What a great fashion.
And then the other thing, one of the other things that kind of goes with that is like, I don't know how many bottles of hand sanitizer we've been through. Yeah, we might as well just use up the rest of what's in these bottles.
For old time's sake.
Yep.
Great.
Remember, the rubbing is what kills the germs.
Yes.
It's not just the hand sanitizer.
Always wash your hands. All right.
And then I'll go ahead and say this one too. A lot of local companies around here started making like antiseptic hand sanitizer, and it was like this one's from the Iron Vault Distillery in Galion, Ohio, and we just thought it was kind of cool that they used like the little sample bottles for the hand sanitizer, and that distilleries were actually making hand sanitizer.
Yeah, doing their job, doing their part. That's awesome. So another thing, not to keep talking about the global pandemic, but toilet paper. I mean, obviously, I know I only got 3 pieces left on this roll, and you know how that is. That's tragic. Yeah.
What if this vaccine doesn't work and there's a shortage, and when you open this up,
this is the
and like
last
the science,
toilet paper.
And that can be like the last toilet paper, and the scientists can like figure out how it was made by like microscopically analyzing it.
Yeah, they can call me. Don't worry, I got the hookups.
Be great.
What else you got?
My family, we grew a garden for the first time this year, and the carrots were the best thing that came out of the ground, so I saved the seed packet.
That's very nice. I have another little packet too, so if you guys know me, I used to drink a lot of coffee, about 5 to 6 cups a day, and this year, before anything happened, I decided to switch to tea, and I've been keeping up with it ever since. I haven't
not had any coffee.
I had no coffee since last December, so it was a big deal, and I feel a lot better. And Earl Grey is my favorite all the way.
I just don't know how you did it.
I know.
I can't.
It was hard.
It's one of my favorite things.
It was one of the hardest things to cut out, but I feel good about it. And now I love Earl Grey tea. It's my favorite. I have to have that every morning. So it's still kind of like, you know, a caffeine addiction. But
absolutely, but
that's fine.
I mean,
it's delicious.
Yeah, and if you decide to go back to drinking coffee, it's like everything in moderation.
Exactly, moderation's key.
So because I was laid off for a long time. Morgan worked during the summer, but I was laid off until August, from March to August. Yeah. So like I had too much time on my hands, so I was going to pick up this, but when I grew my garden, we had time, and Morgan had time, so she brought in a sprig of thyme for us because, you know, what did you do with all the time that you had this year? Like, and did you even know what time it was half of the time?
Yeah. And now we're going to put thyme in our thyme capsules.
We're putting thyme in a bottle.
Someone count how many times we said thyme right there.
That'd be great.
I'd appreciate it.
And
we need a counter.
With my time, I started doing miniatures, and I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but this is the first miniature that I made, and it's a little cottage, and it looks like something you'd stumble upon in the middle of the woods, but I'm going to put a little picture of that because I couldn't find a miniature to put in.
That's all right. Another thing that I have is just a Chinese fortune cookie. So I just had this laying around. I thought it was a good idea. It's got a funny saying. I'm not going to read it to you because it's my fortune. Get your own.
There you go. I'm putting this little teeny tiny dinosaur because this was like the summer of the dinosaurs. Like my daughter had her fourth birthday party, and it was dinosaur themed, and I've learned so much more about dinosaurs than I ever did in my life because of my daughter. So
that's awesome.
I'm gonna put that in there. And
what kind of dinosaur is that?
That's a Brachiosaurus, as she would say, because it has a hump on its head.
Okay.
And
way to remember.
Yeah. I was wrong about the last dinosaur. Like that was not a Corythosaurus.
Yeah, on our last video.
She told me what it was, but it's a Parasaurolophus.
No wonder you forgot.
Yeah, I can never remember it, but it just came to me. But this is this is like, I'm proud mom moment here, and I know, but like this is her interpretation of Baby Shark. So that her drawing capabilities have like blossomed this year. So I'm gonna put that in there.
I wish that's what sharks really look like.
I know. Could you just like, you know, like.
Oh my gosh, so scary.
I want to get it made into like you know, like one of those stuffed animals that look like kids' drawings.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing. Surprise Willow with that.
Yeah,
that'd be
for
great.
Sure.
Well, I have just a picture of Jake and I. I thought it was great. We did a photo shoot with one of my favorite photographers in town. Her name's Nicole Miller. Check her out. And it's just something that we got to do that was fun during the fall. And it was nice and relaxing, just the three of us. And it was a very important time in my life. So, and another photo of another important person in my life is my little pug Nettie. If you guys could see that. He's practicing his yoga, well, with my yoga mat, but still. And that's another thing that I started this year too, was I started doing yoga, which I'm sure other people did too, just to work on yourself, breathing, and just being in the moment. And Nettie definitely follows suit, obviously. He's practicing his downward facing dog.
Yeah.
I had to say it.
Great.
And that's going in there for sure.
Yeah.
What about you? Got any pictures?
Yeah, we got family pictures done this year, and this is the actual first year that we've gotten to get family pictures taken.
They look so good.
So I did a little collage, and this is an actual picture. A lot of the pictures that we printed out, we just printed out on regular paper to put in here because we didn't want to put the actual copy of the picture, but I had a couple extras of these.
Yep.
But that's going to go in. I'm not sure how I'm going to put it in there. Let's see.
Yeah, maybe just curl it up.
Curl it up.
And then we have just a few things that we printed off here. They were news articles that have happened. We got some tweets from our governor.
Yeah, yep, and some other tweets. And we got the New York Times had the top pictures, an article of the top pictures, and so like we printed out those, and they each have their captions. And one's like the highway in China that's clear, you know, because I don't know if you remember, but it was clear. Like, I think I read an article that said that something about like the emissions went down so much while everyone was home.
Yeah, you could actually see the mountain in, I'm pretty sure it was South America, that you normally can't see because of all the smog. And they haven't seen it in like 100 years.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's awesome. And Cops was canceled this year. That's another one. I'm like, Cops doesn't start till 4.
We just went through our Instagrams and our timelines on Facebook, and like we have a whole bunch more that we're gonna cut out and put in, like the notice from our boss that we were closing the library, and we didn't know what was going to happen. And what you could do with those is maybe if you wanted to write your thoughts on the back of those, it would be a cool way to like kind of journal the moment.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, we're going to include in your cans, these will already be in your cans. These are some like little note cards, and we thought that they would be kind of cool to write in, to put in there. And like if you had any particular like memories of that, of your time this year that you wanted to remember, you could put them in there, or your feelings. And we thought this one was cute because it has the days of the week. And what I'm going to do is like put my weekly schedule that was like, what day is it?
Who knows?
I don't know, for a long time. But and then like some other memory cards. We just wanted to throw those in there for you.
You could even write like a little message to yourself if you don't want to open the canister until like 5 or 10 years or 20 years even. Yeah. You could tell yourself like how you feel right now, what you went through this year, or just tell yourself like nice things that you can read in a few years. Yeah. It's great. We have some of our favorite memes picked out as well, so that's like a huge deal. I mean, memes like kept us alive this year.
Like, what else did you do besides like play Animal Crossing, look at memes, and watch YouTube
nothing.
And Netflix?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, that was my whole life. Very virtual this year, but it's been great. So here's a meme of a cat, and it says, "Brother, may I have some rolls?" So toilet paper rolls, obviously. It's very fitting. Do you have any?
I threw a bunch of them.
Okay, you got them?
Well, I haven't printed them off, but like, which one?
Do you have the carry one?
Oh, yeah, it's on here.
It's a good one.
It's one that's on a page by itself. Yeah, this is like, once you defeat all of the Midwest moms, you must face the final boss, and it's Ultra Karen.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah. We all know that meme. I feel like that is the meme of 2020 for sure. Yep. And then I have a picture of everybody from Children's Floor saying, "Our books are better shared. We miss you." Yeah. So this is from when we were closed the first time, and it's all of us being together virtually,
but separately.
Yeah, it was really very sweet.
I put in I'm gonna put in a little butterfly clip because like for some reason the 90s came back again. I don't understand it, but whatever. You know, like butterfly clips are cool, so you know that's.
Yep. I have a geode, a rock. So I've been really into collecting crystals and rocks and minerals and learning about that kind of stuff. So I thought this was fitting, and I had an extra one.
You know what though? Yeah. It's also really monumental too, because do you know what you did this year? What? You did the teen summer reading program all by yourself.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was, if you participated, awesome job.
You did
Thank
it by yourself.
Yeah, it was not as fun. Definitely not as fun without Desiree. And 100% not as fun without you guys. Yeah. It was not the same, but we're still having fun doing this, so
absolutely
we're working on it. So I have one more thing to show you at the end. But I started doing a lot of research and studying by myself at home. I bought like probably 40 different books on various topics, most nonfiction, but I've never highlighted so many things in my entire life. Gosh. So I felt like this was very fitting. Yeah. I never really want to see one again, but I'm still highlighting like every day of my life. It never ends. So that's going in there somewhere, wherever I can fit it. There we go. Do you have anything else?
I am out except for the things that I have to cut out still.
All right. Well, okay, so one of my friends made this mask for me. It was the very first one that was made, and she's a very small lady, small stature.
Yeah.
And she made me this mask thinking that maybe I could wear it. But it turned out like this. It doesn't look so bad like right now, but once you put it on your face and realize this is where your ears would go, it's not, it doesn't work as a mask, obviously. It could work for other things, like a hammock or a hamster.
You know, this is the mask that we all needed for this year.
Yeah, there we go.
Just, you know,
yeah, I don't need to see any
we just
of
don't
it.
want to see anything.
Yeah,
so
I'm over it. So
yeah.
that's going in there because it's comical and it's a mask.
Yeah.
And I can actually never use it.
Yeah.
So that's going in for sure. All right, mine is stuffed packed.
Yeah, I still have some room, and I'll probably gather some other things that I wanted to throw in here. And I'm gonna probably, like, on these memory cards, I'll write some specific memories, but I'll probably write a letter to myself in here.
Me too.
Because it's really important to reflect on some of the things that we've learned this year. Like, you know, there's just so much that happened in this one year that it feels like we just lived 750 years.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
when we close this on New Year's Eve, we're gonna close it, and I'm not gonna open it probably until 2040. I'm gonna try to wait 20 years.
That would be awesome
to open it. So
I'll make that challenge with you too.
Yeah, maybe
challenge you.
Maybe we can open them together in 20 years.
Oh,
wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be so awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll
maybe we'll open
around.
it together in 20 years in our flying cars.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know, like,
that's
maybe
awesome.
that's what, or on Mars.
Probably.
Maybe
You know,
if Elon keeps going.
Yes,
you know,
please,
maybe.
Elon. Sign me up.
But regardless, we're going to close them on New Year's Eve, and we're not going to open them, and it's up to you guys to decide when you open yours. But like I said in the last video, we'd love to see maybe like a display of some things that you shoved in there.
Yep.
And you could send it to us on Instagram or in our email, whichever you want to do. But we really, really hope that you have a magnificent new year. We hope that it's so much better than this one.
Yeah.
We hope that this one we never really have to talk about it again until we open these again.
Yep.
So
New year, new
everything.
New everything.
Let's just
not just me. New everything.
Yep.
That's great.
New everything.
On that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see you probably mid-January, okay?
Yep.
All right. See you guys.
Have a good one.